soul travelers. I'm trying to put this thing down. Hopefully it won't do whatever it needs to do. I'm giving you a little bit time, probably a minute or two, everyone get in. But greetings, 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 greetings. Thank y'all for subscribing to my channel. I really honor and appreciate that. I really do. So I'm just giving a little bit, almost a minute, just so everyone to get in. Let's get this on and popping. Now, so greetings, soul travelers. Greetings, greetings. So I am Universe Coach, your galactic coordinator here in these earthly realities. And today, fam, we are on a mission to awaken the entrepreneur spirit of the Aboriginals nation of Turtle Island. I need us to rediscover the inventions that lie dormant within us and at night that create a flame. I'm a shaman, oracle, seer. You heard it correctly. Shaman, oracle, and a seer from conception. That's been my whole life. Stranger things. And that being said, let's do some house clearing. We're gonna do a little bit of house clearing. A famous person once said that don't wait to be discovered. Wait for someone to discover you. Discover yourself. That was Dr. Boyce Watkins, right? Dr. Boyce Watkins. Let me just give you a little bit of background on him. So Dr. Boyce Watkins is a author. So, so Dr. Boyce Watkins is a he's an author, American author, finance scholar, media analyst, and a advocate for Black economics. A former Syracuse University finance professor with a PhD from Ohio State University, he founded the Black Business School and initiative like Black Wealth Bootcamp. Now, since that has been said, and since summer is on its way, let us submerge into the highest form of indulgence, which is ourselves. I'm going to always preach yourself, your thoughts, everything you. Because you're not put on this earth to learn everybody else. You're literally put here to learn your abilities, what you can do. That's why I call respond to your ability, responsibility. You respond to your ability. Responsibility. Respond to your ability. No one else's, just yours. And I want you to get familiar and comfortable with your thoughts and be okay with that. Because as we think, we form words. As we speak, we transform. That's our reality, our realities. And I like using an acronym because I'm an acronym person. Our reality, like, is real events appearing literally inhabitable to you. That's what reality is. Real events appearing literally inhabitable to you. Reality. And I always give this analogy of people always stepping into other folks' realities and then get mad. Hence, if you're employed, your employer. They build swimwear, we'll just call it that. You want to go to swimwear, you don't fill out an application to apply. You don't signed your name, a whole sigil. You don't use calligraphy, done signed it, and you done made a whole contract, a binding contract that I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna do this, and da da da. And then you get mad because you're in their reality. No one asked you to go to their reality. You chose to go to their reality. And now you're upset of their reality. They have rules and regulations, but you can always leave their reality. And a lot of people, I don't know, they just get stuck. That's when whether you're renting from someone, buying a car, you chose to go into that reality. This is a wholehearted choice. You was someone, convinced you won, but that means you don't got control of your mind. You went into that whole reality. I want us to do a review. We are a nation. We have a structure. And I am here to push your entrepreneurship and you as an entrepreneur, because literally that is our backbone as the Aboriginal nation here in Turtle Island, aka North America. I'm talking about the copper skin tone people here. It seems like no one really don't really care. I'm talking about us. If they strip your nationality, I guarantee you're going to be confused and not know that you're a nation. Now, it took many, many, many moons for them to convince us we are not a nation. You say, how? How we're not? How we're a nation? I love to pull this up because we have our own security. We keep thinking we don't have a military. And I'm so glad that the boycott going on, like people are waking up, people are really finding out, hey, who I am, what I need to do. I'm gonna use different analogies because a lot of times people don't see their worth, and we have some type of work. I use like Susie May, and Susie May just always a busybody. She always point out negative things. Susie May just might be an analyst because them analysts can see stuff you can't. They see them patterns. So she probably pointing out stuff like, "Didn't you do that last week?" I mean, about 2 years ago, with the same thing that happened, she's an analyst. Maybe that's what the issue is. A lot of people get thrown off. So how we're a nation. Remember I told you that we have a security system. People are like, no, we ain't got no. Yeah, we do. We got military. They call gang members. I look at things a whole lot different. So your gang members, that's north, east, south, west. Your gang members are your military. Them jokers don't. They act like they love death. Like they want to look death in the eye and say, "Try me." Uh, more power to them. I typically run to them. It's something going down. I'm in a place I don't know. I'm gonna run to the game. I've never had no issues. Hey, they be like, "What's going on, them up?" Somebody, I never had any issues. Never. Those are my security guards. I'm gonna run to them. They are when it comes to territory, north, east, south, what them jokers are territorial. That is our security guards. That's our military. Fortnite all day long. Maybe need a little bit more structure, for the people that's out of the military are no longer police officers. They probably need a leader, need to get trained a little bit. That's one of our structure that we have. And there's many more. We have doctors, lawyers, like we have a whole plethora. We are already literally a nation. Literally. But people keep trying to convince you that you're not. This is just me just going and just seeing and just saying some things. Just want to bring some things to your awareness. You have a whole system built in you that if you don't know what to do, you can write it down, jot it down, quit getting in that loop of let me perfect it. Stay out that loop. Stay out of that loop. Because you'll never perfect it. It'll never, because we always stay out that loop. We're very good at money. I did hear somebody was saying that we have that like $1 trillion spending power, and then when you break it down, I always have to break this down to people because they keep thinking a million and a billion and a trillion is somewhat close cousins, and they're not. So I literally break it down to them. I'm gonna break it down for you. I looked up, did some research, and it's like about almost 50 million of us. So I just say 49, just to be safe. Just 49 million so-called black folks. $1 trillion spending power. If we take and get just we'll just put it off and say if you live in whatever you live in state, and then whatever city you live in within that state, all you find out all the copper color people there, and then each person, hey, this time at this day we're gonna give Sally Joe $20. We give Sally Joe $20. Sally Joe instantly become almost really a millionaire overnight. Next day, we giving such and such. Basically, you just go down the line. You say, we only got $20. Okay, we'll give them $1. Everybody got something to do. Remember I told you about the analyst? If that analyst that we said that she's a busybody, but she can point out what you did yesterday, 2 days from day, 2 days from that, 3 weeks from that, and then a whole year, she's an analyst. So we're gonna give her $20. She's gonna do $20 an hour. She's gonna go with that $20 an hour. She can do 100, whatever we'll say, papers that if somebody else have a business, they need them to proofread something. She can do 100 of those. So then you got 20 times 100 equals, yeah, the zero zero, yeah, 2,000. She does that for 7 hours. How much did she just make? It's a way. It's a way. What we have been programmed is to hate math. Remember I told you them folks do not want to teach you. They made a whole law not for your ancestors to read or write. They meant that. And since that you are your ancestors, they meant that. That's why we struggling with math and reading to this day, math and English to this day, because they meant it. And some reason we thinking and under delusional just because they got rid of the law, that they got rid of the people that was doing it before the law they got rid of the law. No, they were still there and still here today. Their ancestors, their children are still here, and they meant that. So if you tell yourself you hate math, you're literally telling yourself you hate money because you cannot have one without the other. You can't say I love money and hate math when you literally use it every day. I just gave you a whole word problem. Sally, $20. She did that for 100. Now if Sally does that for 7 more hours, if we was taught to hate, they did not want to teach you it. It's what I'm getting at. You're not stupid. You're not dumb. You're not ignorant. They didn't want to teach you. So they made it difficult. I'm going to give you an example. I was in school, in high school, and this teacher, it was a Caucasian lady. I was in math, kind of halfway struggling. They ended up putting me in a slower math with some other folks in there. And I'm sitting there like, okay, I already knew I ain't supposed to be in that math class. So I was in the math class and I was just like, okay, I was in math class and a lady, it was a copper colored lady, of course, Aboriginal here. And she was like, she looked at me, she was like, so why are you in this math class? Why are you not doing your work? I was like, well, I am. She said, listen, you're the only one in this math class, in this group, making straight A's. She let me show you these other folks' grade. And she hit their name. She was like, they're making D's and F's. She said, you're the only one making straight A's. I need you to go and do your work. So when I left that math class, I went and she put me in a higher class, pre-algebra. I was like, she said, you can do it. You making straight A's. You can do it. I was like, okay. So I got back, went into the same lady class that they took me out, claimed I was failing. When I say she had a nasty disposition, this Caucasian lady. Uh, I mean, what did they put you in? Pre-algebra, just so hard. I mean, are you sure you can do that? I said, well, that's what she said. I was making straight A's over there. You can try, but that's very difficult. Just crazy. I was looking at her like she was crazy. Just crushed my little spirit. I said, well, I guess maybe she miscalculated. No, you was programmed to hate that. They don't want to teach you it. If you don't like math, you don't like money. Hence, you literally putting a curse on your finances, and then that's why you're trying to figure out your shit keep going up and down, flip, 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 because I don't like math. You don't like money. That's what you just told the universe. I don't like money. So you're struggling for no apparent reason because you don't know how to use the tools that was given to you. So I'm saying that to say this. When I was going back and talking about how we got $1 trillion spending power, and within that $1 trillion spending power, if you go and do it, because $1 million, um, $1 billion and $1 trillion are not close cousins. So if I do 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and count out just 1 million every second for those 8 hours, I'm counting out. It would take me nearly for $1 million 35 days. 35 days. That's not bad. That's that's roughly over a little bit over a month. That's good. I do the same equation 8 hours a day, every second, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Count out $1 billion. Just one. Guess how long that'll take me? That would literally take me 95 years. Okay, that's majority of us ain't even gonna live to be 95. That's your whole existence. So after we do that, we go to a trillion. And when you do a trillion, you do the same equation. And guess how long that'll take you? 95,129 years. That's longer than most civilizations. I'm just trying to show you something. You're not slow. You're not stupid. You're not dumb. You're just miseducated. Wasn't trained properly. Now I'm about to bring it to the close. I just came on pop on here just to say that, just to give you a little bit of encouragement and entrepreneurship and being the entrepreneur that you are. You literally are that. I just jump on here just to say, hey, I love you. Keep on moving. Keep it on pushing. Thank you for joining me on this journey, though. And don't forget to stop by my stand store. And we do, and I would tell people that when we, because we born calling folks, go to the different so-called black business. I keep saying because we are not that color, we are copper color. But go to those businesses, even if you have to just go online, find where they are in your area, just go and just walk in and bring some good energy. Because a transaction is a transaction is a transaction. Go in there, just hey, let me go on the page and just speak blessings. If I can't dig in my pockets right now, let me go and just show my presence. Let them know I'm here. You can at least do that. You get opportunity, stop by my stand store, look at my resources and my products, please, to help you along your path. Until next time, keep dreaming and keep doing. I love y'all. Have fun, fam, for the rest of the day.